Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm Judy Ackerman, Vice President and Provost of the Rockville campus, and I'd like to welcome you to the Fall 2015 College-wide opening meeting. The first day that full-time faculty return is always a special time for us to reconnect at the beginning of a new semester and a new academic year. A very warm welcome to Montgomery College, to the new faculty, staff, and administrators who have recently joined us. I'm delighted that we're convening as a college community on the Rockville campus despite major construction projects on both the north and the south side of the campus. I appreciate your patience and cheer as you navigate to other campus locations later this morning and for meetings and lunch. The great news is that soon we'll have another renovated science building to complete the campus science center complex. And, drum roll, a new parking garage. Both of these long-awaited facilities will truly benefit our entire college community. I enjoyed greeting many of you this morning out in the lobby. Formal and informal communication is so important at an institution such as ours. Just finding the time to talk and share ideas and resources is a simple, civil way to reach out to one another and to our students. This is a great way to start the day in professional week, seeing old friends and making new acquaintances, and chatting with people we don't see very often. As you can see from this morning's program, a very special lineup waits us. It's especially nice to see that we have a trustee with us here today, and we have our brand new trustee, Mr. Robert Hydorn, so thank you. A little later in the program, when Dr. Pollard sets the stage for the coming year with her presidential remarks, we're going to hear from faculty, staff, and administrators in our community. We'll hear from Ms. Maria Adams, recently elected College Council Chair, and Professor Karen Thomas, Faculty Council Co-Chair, about the importance of governance and the many ways that all of you can get involved. Last January, I had the opportunity to attend the annual Achieving the Dream conference in Baltimore. There are few conferences that have inspired and energized me as much as that one. It's no wonder, since Achieving the Dream now leads the most comprehensive non-governmental reform movement for student success in higher education history. It's helping more than 4 million community college students have a better chance of realizing greater economic opportunity and achieving their dreams. And today, faculty members here will offer a proposal about how Achieving the Dream can help our college utilize data-informed decision-making to close achievement gaps and improve student success. Few dreams can be achieved without support, especially financial support. Author and lecturer Dr. Joan Mark wrote that, "It's nobler to give than to take. The thrill of taking lasts a day. The thrill of giving lasts a lifetime." How true. Ms. Carol Ronrud, Executive Director of the college's foundation, Dr. Darren Campen, and Mr. Alejandro Vargas, a student from the ACES program, will talk about the Employee Giving Campaign and remind us of the personal satisfaction and privilege of being able to make contributions to support students with financial need. It's not possible to ever know enough about college accreditation, since there seem to be changes each time our college is preparing for an accreditation visit. Dr. Eric Benjamin and Ms. Melissa Gregory will engage us with their update on Montgomery College's upcoming Middle States Accreditation Program. Before I return to the stage to make a few closing remarks and announcements, we're going to hear from our outstanding college president, Dr. Darian Pollard. As always, what she will bring to us will be enlightening and memorable. So again, welcome to today's college-wide fall opening meeting and the kickoff of the best academic year ever. It's now my pleasure to introduce the first speakers this morning, Ms. Maria Adams, College Council Chair, and Professor Karen Thomas, Faculty Council Co-Chair.
Good morning. I'm Maria Adams Davidson, Chair of the College Council.
And I'm Karen Thomas, and I'm co-chair of Faculty Council with Rick Penn.
We're very excited to provide greetings this morning on behalf of our governance system. As we enter this new academic year, we're embarking upon the 4th year of governance. Wow, the 4th year. So we'd like to share with everyone some opportunities to broaden awareness and active involvement with the governance councils.
As many of you may be familiar, this is a chart of our participatory governance system. Governance is composed of multiple different councils across the college. There are campus councils, there are constituent councils, and there are functional councils, all of which go into the college council. All right, each of those chairs of those councils serve and work together on the college council.
And governance provides all members of the college community with the opportunity to express their opinions and make recommendations about how the institution should function. It also provides structures through which these opinions and recommendations will be given due consideration when important decisions are made. Our collective involvement in governance is really, truly what brings this system to life.
Right. Everyone is at the table. I mean, we're all working together. The students have a place, staff have a place, faculty have a place, and administrators have a place. Also, workforce development joins all of the other campuses on these councils.
Now we'd like to ask anyone and everyone serving on a governance council this year to please stand. Wherever you are, please stand. Let's give a round of applause to thank you all in advance for your participation and your service.
Oh, please keep standing.
Keep standing.
Please. Is that I wanted you to look around and recognize these are the people that are your resources for helping you to be able to do your job.
Our website for governance has so much information to keep you updated and connected with the system, including the online newsletter, Governance Connections. The councils review and monitor the constituent concerns that are brought to us. So there's a new Governance Works feature in the newsletter to start highlighting the outcomes of some concerns so that we can be more accountable and allow people to have more information about the concerns that come through the system. The website has council meeting schedules, agendas, and minutes. Anyone is invited to join us at any council meeting. They're open meetings, and we really encourage you to come and join us at a meeting this year. And you can even join us at the College Council meeting, because our first meeting is going to be on Tuesday, September 8th. And also on the website, there's information online about governance membership, and those who stood up representing the governance system from across the college. They're your representatives, and the governance website membership list can help you easily reach out to those representatives, as well as our governance director for assistance.
Also, email is a large and big way that we reach out to everyone. All the council chairs will be sometime this year emailing you. You will notice, all of you who looked in your emails, I sent an email last night looking for faculty volunteers. Please open and review these emails. There's a lot of good information in there and a lot of opportunities for volunteering.
So Karen and I are here representing the governance system, but as you saw when people stood, there's so many people across the college really engaged in the system. And we're excited about this new year at Montgomery College and the work of all the governance councils and all of those who have chosen to serve and represent you this year. And we're really looking forward to witnessing this year how our collaborative and active participation will make a difference and will help make this governance system work most effectively. So we want to thank you. And now it is our pleasure to introduce the next speakers. Professor Jennifer Haydell, Dr. Min Van Tran, Dr. Denise Simmons-Graves, Professor Nancy Lawrence Hill, and Professor Shinta Hernandez, who will be presenting a faculty proposal, Achieving the Dream. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Jennifer Haydell. I teach political science. And just like everyone else in the room, that's a really incomplete description of what I do at the college. By the end of last spring, I found myself so muddled by all that I was doing that strange events kept occurring. I tried to bake a frozen pizza in the dishwasher. Y'all have done that, right? I missed my bus stop on a regular basis. I walked past the photocopier when going to make photocopies. What was going on? I had so many different roles and responsibilities that I couldn't focus on anything. Don't we all have times like that? Yeah? In fact, don't we get like that as an institution? How can we work together to become more mindful as individuals, as an institution, and as a community? I'd like to introduce you to Dr. Min Van Tran, who has taught human anatomy and physiology at the Tacoma Park Silver Spring campus as an adjunct for 2 years.
Good morning, everyone. Most adjuncts earn their living not only by teaching at MC, but also serving in another field, doing research, as well as teaching at another college. Every time a new semester starts, part-timers have to plan their schedule and balance their work at different locations. Our dedication to teaching makes us do our best for our students. Faculty members often feel overwhelmed, but how about the students? They too face daunting challenges. I still remember when I first came to MC in 2004 as a student, not knowing anyone in the college, working and taking class at the same time, meeting family responsibilities. It was not easy at all. Hundreds of questions in my mind. What would happen if I was not able to handle my job, to earn enough money to take as many classes as I needed? What would happen if I failed a class? Where would I get help? Now I would like to introduce to you Dr. Denise Simmons-Graves, who serves as a member of the counseling faculty on the Rockville campus.
As has been said, I am Dr. Denise Simmons-Graves. Today I begin my 25th year as a member of the counseling faculty at the Rockville campus. I have one targeted focus and purpose at MC. That targeted focus and purpose is to help our students navigate higher education at this level and beyond. I have experienced a myriad of academic and student success initiatives at MC during my tenure. I know our strengths, our challenges, our opportunities, and understand our priorities. I've paid close attention to the Achieving the Dream movement since it started from the perspective of a seasoned student development professional and a doctoral student. I have watched it spread across the country, anxiously awaiting for it to reach MC and for MC to reach for it. I know that when we are successful, we empower our students to change their lives. I know that when we are successful, we enrich the life of our community. I know that we are successful when we are accountable for our results. I want more empowered students, a more enriched community, and for us to be more accountable to all of our constituents. I know Achieving the Dream can aid us in our efforts to favorably educate more students, reach more citizens, and substantially increase our completion rates. I want us to be deliberative and seriously consider becoming a part of the Achieving the Dream National Reform Network. As the map indicates, Achieving the Dream exists in all but 5 states east of the Mississippi. I don't know what's going on in West Virginia and Delaware, and people got issues. Millions of students in 34 states nationally are benefiting from the institutional change and improvement that Achieving the Dream can foster. I want my future MC-educated plumber, nurse, lawyer, auto mechanic, law enforcement officer, banker, and teachers of my yet-to-be-conceived grandchildren to benefit from the institutional change that Achieving the Dream can foster. Now, I'd like to introduce Nancy Lawrence Hill, who teaches mathematics and statistics at the Tacoma Park Silver Spring campus. Oops. Ooh, wrong way. You all know I don't do this well. Come on. Wrong way. Help.
Good morning. Several of us were able to go to an Achieving the Dream conference this summer, and one of the images that particularly struck me is the equality versus equity slide that you see. Achieving the Dream calls us to focus on equity, recognizing that not all of our students come from the same place. We know that the majority of our students don't complete a degree within 6 years or transfer, even when they intend to do so. So what is it that keeps large numbers of our students from the goals that they had in mind when they come to Montgomery College? We all know that each student has their own individual challenges. Maybe it's that full-time job that takes so much energy each day. Maybe it's a lack of understanding of what it takes to be a successful college student. Maybe it's a language barrier. Maybe it's fatigue from trying to keep their 2-year-old from coloring all over their college papers. You ever get any of those? Maybe it's a result of how I explained that quadratic formula. What do our students need to give all of them a chance to succeed, and how can we help meet those needs? Participating in Achieving the Dream will help us develop a culture of evidence, where we use data effectively to determine when and where students struggle and what helps them overcome those challenges. We could prioritize our efforts around those initiatives that are particularly effective and work towards sustainable institutional change that supports student achievement, change that gets to the classroom and the student level. We're talking about a culture of data-informed decision-making to close achievement gaps and improve student outcomes. At times when we feel overwhelmed, it can be hard to keep our focus on our students and their varied needs and challenges. Achieving the Dream is a resource that can help us organize and evaluate our efforts to make the most of our time and resources. I'm really excited about the possibilities offered by Achieving the Dream, a chance for us to work together in our common goal of helping all of our students move closer to their dreams. Now I'd like to introduce Shinta Hernandez, a sociology faculty member on the Rockville campus.
Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday morning, right? So like many of you, I'm thinking about the 1,001 things that I have to do before classes start next Monday. And in the midst of all this, I find myself asking this question: what is my purpose as a college professor here at MC? So prior to the start of every semester, I try to find ways to make my courses more relevant. So more recently, over this past summer, I toyed with different assignments, different teaching methods, and even different technologies to use in the classroom. I also think about the rapidly changing labor market and the changes that are happening here at the college. More importantly, I think about the types of students who sit in my classrooms, and I think about the changing demographics of those students. So when I assign a particular paper or group activity or course activity, I think about the kind of skill set I want my students to acquire once they are done with my course, but more importantly, once they complete their education here at Montgomery College. And those skills, and I'm sure many of you would agree with me, are critical thinking, effective verbal and written communication, reflective thinking, integrative learning, just to name a few. So as you sit here listening to this faculty proposal, I hope you're asking yourself this question: why partner with Achieving the Dream now? As you know, there have been a lot of things coming down the pipeline. Some have been welcomed with open arms, some, not so much. Two of the biggest have been the College and Career Readiness and College Completion Act and the Middle States Accreditation. Consequently, we've been charged with making significant curriculum changes, such as revising general education. We've also implemented tools to improve student outcomes, such as the Student Success Scorecard. Now, I'm not going to stand here and list all of those changes, but with so many new, exciting and challenging opportunities on the horizon, partnering now with Achieving the Dream can help us evaluate what we're doing and to see if we're going in the right direction. I'm sure many of you will agree with me when I say that we can't afford to let any of our students get lost in the system. We cannot afford to not adequately prepare all of our students for the globalization of our society. And certainly we cannot afford to let any of our students think that their time at Montgomery College is insignificant. I live by the motto, there's always room for improvement, even if you're already doing a great job. So I continue to be an active member of the Achieving the Dream Exploratory Committee because I truly believe that there's so much potential for positive outcomes through this partnership. Moving forward, the Exploratory Committee will hold information sessions across all 3 campuses in September, and the dates are written there on the slide. For those of you who cannot attend any of the face-to-face sessions, we will create an online system through Blackboard Community. There will also be a website with more information on Achieving the Dream, as well as a link to a LibGuide. Now I turn the podium back to Jennifer. Thank you, everyone.
I was skeptical when I first heard about Achieving the Dream, but I agreed to go to the Institute because I wanted to know more. I was surprised to find that my time at the Achieving the Dream Summer Institute has helped me hit the pause button and reflect on the connective thread in my work, my daily work with students. My experience is having a concrete impact on my teaching. Just one little example. For 11 years, I've said that one of my fundamental goals teaching American government is to get students to pay attention to current events. But aside from a few comments I've read on standardized course evaluations, I've never assessed in any systematic way whether I'm actually achieving that goal and what techniques are most impactful in reaching that goal. Now I will. Throughout the summer, the faculty on this slide have met and discussed the possibility of applying to work with Achieving the Dream. As Shinta said, we encourage you to attend an informational session and to reach out to us. Thank you. And now I'll turn over the podium to Carol Ronrud.
Good morning, welcome. Y'all look really nice on your first day back. My name's Carol Ronrud, and I'm the proud executive director of the Montgomery College Foundation. And you may or may not have heard that we're in the midst of a fundraising campaign, the MC 2020 campaign, and our goal is to raise $30 million. The majority of that money is going to be used for students to attend college here at Montgomery College and have a fighting chance at the American dream. And I have an important announcement to make this morning. I'm thrilled to announce that in just a little over 2 years, and under the incomparable leadership of the best community college president in the country, Dr. Darian Pollard, we have already raised $10 million. And it is because of your support, the faculty, staff, and administrators of Montgomery College, that we are well on our way to making the ultimate goal. You may be wondering just how important gifts are from employees and retirees. Well, just last week, we received notice from Dr. Ed Van Dyne, and I don't know if any of you worked with Dr. Van Dyne, but sadly, he passed away in April. He's an MC faculty retiree. And we were notified that he left $750,000 to the MC Foundation for student scholarships. So this is just a wonderful, wonderful example of how MC employees, both past and present, value this fine institution and the students whom you teach and mentor. And leadership for this campaign is crucial to our success. And I am honored to introduce the chair of the MC 2020 campaign, my friend and colleague, Dr. Darren Campen.
Thanks to all of you for your support through employee giving this year. On the screen is a list of my fantastic colleagues who make up the Employee Giving Committee. Following that is a list of college employees currently donating to the MC 2020 campaign. Please join me with a round of applause thanking all donors for their support. I'm here today to ask you to join us as donors to the campaign, and also to assure you that your donation can be painless, especially if you do it through payroll deductions. Whether you give $5 a paycheck or $100 a paycheck, you truly make a difference in the life of an MC student when you donate. Last year, 333 employees and retirees gave roughly $300,000 through payroll deductions and outright gifts, including several employees who established endowed scholarships. Today, you have the opportunity to make gifts through payroll deduction to help our students. I would love to see your name added to the list of names behind me. The forms that are being passed around right now can be quickly completed and dropped off at the employee giving table out front. As an incentive to sign up today, your name will be entered into a chance to win a brand new tablet. I'd like to introduce you to Alejandro Vargas, a MC Foundation scholarship recipient, and just one incredible example of how your donations can completely change the trajectory of a life. Alejandro.
Good morning. My name is Alejandro Vargas, and I'm a student at Montgomery College. A student that once had a very low hope of acquiring a college education, but experienced a major blessing in his life. A miracle that came in the form of the Growing Academic Potential ACES Scholarship. This miracle has completely changed my life. From a high school student with a very low GPA to a student that has been part of the Dean's List for the last 2 semesters in first year of college. Thank you. From a student that once felt that he couldn't be part of a college community to a student that is now the president of the film club and now accepted in the program of the Hillman Entrepreneurs. I am proud to quote Dr. Pollard, who said, "Community college is the place where the American dream becomes real. One person in a family getting a college education can break the cycle of poverty." Just one person. And I'm happy to say that I am that one person within my family. I believe that there are many great things coming in my future. I want to thank all of the staff and faculty who have made scholarship donations to the MC Foundation and who believe in my future. I understand that it takes a lot of hard money and time to help other people with economic difficulties. All of you are such an amazing blessing to our lives and our futures. Thank you so much.
So next up, we have Dr. Benjamin and Melissa Gregory, and they're going to talk about the college's accreditation and our next renewal.
Woohoo! Short and sweet.
Hello, good morning. I'm Eric Benjamin, and along with my colleagues, Sharon Habit, sorry, Melissa Gregory.
I'm leaving, you can do this by yourself.
Along with my esteemed colleague, Melissa Gregory, and Tammy Stewart-Peary, who unfortunately could not make it today, we will be coordinating the 2018 Middle States Commission of Higher Education Accreditation Self-Study. The Middle States Accreditation Self-Study ensures that Montgomery College's processes and resources are aligned in a manner that allows us to fulfill the mission of the college. The process of accreditation and our compliance to standards, along with our ongoing process of self-review and improvement, is one of the primary ways that enables us to participate in essential state and federal programs. And also, the self-study is used to ensure that our courses and programs are transferable. The self-study is an internal analysis that is not meant to be an audit of the college. It is intended for us to look at what we do according to standards established by the Middle States Commission. And for more information, please visit the Middle States website. We'll be posting the link shortly to the Montgomery College website.
Okay, more Michie 101. Institutions have to do a self-study report every 10 years, and there's a periodic review at the halfway point, the 5-year point. We need this to maintain our accreditation status. I really need it or I don't have a job, because if we're not accredited, we can't give out money to students. So I think that's why they put me on the team, so I can really make sure this gets done. Our last self-study was accepted in 2008. Our PRR was in 2013. And this current process is going to span 2009 to 2018. Okay, so the timeline starts now. We're going to develop our self-study design. We have training in November, and there's a visit by the Michie Liaison, November 13th. Spring 2016 through spring 2017, that's where the teams will be doing a lot of the work with research, drafting, and discussion. And then we get to the final point where the self-study is approved by the cabinet, the president, and the board. That will be the fall 2017. We'll have a visit by the evaluation team chair in the fall of 2017, followed by the big event, the evaluation team visit in spring. Lots of people need to be involved in that, especially driving people around. That seemed to be the biggest part last time. And then commission action in June of 2018.
I only have a 2-seater, though.
Oh, you can't take them? Okay. Well, I don't drive a van anymore, so.
Although the number of standards has been reduced, the scope of the self-study has not. It's still driven by 4 basic principles: the demonstration of the role of diversity at the college's focus on student learning, the objective assessment of student learning and institutional functioning, and that there's a climate that embraces innovation as an essential part of our continual improvement cycle. Each standard consists of criteria which are not meant to be a checklist, but a framework for the self-study from the college's perspective. When you get a chance, because I know we all don't have a lot of things to do this week, when you get a chance, please review the standards and the criteria on the Middle States website. Now, if you do a word count of the current standards of excellence and criteria, once you admit the articles, the most common words in the Middle States standards in order are students, assessments, and outcomes. So that's what we're going to be talking a lot about over the next year and a half.
A lot of compliance.
Now, we had mentioned previously the 7 standards, and they are mission and goals. Simply, how well do we do what we say we do? Ethics and integrity. How we adhere to our policies, honor our contracts, and support such fundamental concepts as academic freedom. Design and delivery of the student learning experience. This standard examines the manner that all student learning experiences, including workforce development, continuing education, our non-credit and credit classes in all formats, including online delivery and face-to-face, are delivered in a way to make sure they are consistent with the expectations and rigor of higher education. Support of the student experience. Do all students of all levels receive the support to accomplish their educational goals? Educational effectiveness and assessment. Are our students, classes, and programs meeting their educational objectives in a coherent and systematic manner? And how does that assessment drive improvement and innovation? Planning, resources, and instructional improvement. Does the college effectively plan and use its resources consistent with our mission and sound accounting principles? And finally, governance, leadership, and administration. How do we demonstrate that we are led in a way consistent with our mission and our goals?
Okay, so it all starts now in fall 2015. The focus is on all of us. We have to appoint a steering committee to oversee the self-study process, begin creating work groups to work on each of the standards, and I know everyone in this room is just dying to get going and volunteer to be on a work group. Each work group will have 3 co-chairs, and they'll serve on the steering committee. And the work groups will have about 10 to 15 members, and they'll represent broad areas of the college, expertise, different departments, campuses, a lot of diversity on all of our work groups. For the work group members, we are going to try to align each standard and what we need in terms of the specific areas of expertise. We're also looking for folks who have a strong background in research and writing. It isn't the 3 co-chairs that do all of the work. If you've ever served on a work group team, let me see hands from everyone who's served on Middle States before. Work group team, work group chair. Oh, lots of people, good, write those names down, we need them all. So the chairs don't do all of the work. You need a very strong team to work on each standard. You need people that have knowledge of the college areas and processes, but that doesn't mean new people can't participate as well, who will be looking at our areas and processes with fresh eyes. We need work group members that are team players. Everyone needs to contribute or this won't get done. It's a lot of work. And folks who are ready for college-wide participation, college-wide leadership. So our next steps later this week, we'll be meeting with the governance leadership. We'll recruit through governance, and they will give us names of people who are interested in serving as self-study co-chairs, and then working with the co-chairs, we'll look for individuals to work on specific groups. The steering committee will be formed. That will begin meeting by mid-semester this semester. And then by the end of the fall semester, we'll have a full timeline, our charging questions, and everything will be available for review by the college community. Each semester, we'll have listening groups on each campus to keep everyone informed what our progress is, where we are. And we're also in the process right now of setting up a website. If you go out right now to the website, you'll see a site for every single self-study we've done for the last few years with all the details, and gives you a little bit to look at to see what the groups we're working on.
Now, if you have any questions or comments or would like to volunteer before we volunteer you, Please.
I'll volunteer them. I'm coming out right now.
Absolutely, we took a picture. Please feel free to contact us, and we will get back in touch with you, and we're looking forward to making sure this is a collaborative process and a transparent process over the next several semesters. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you to our speakers that you've heard from so far. I'd like to acknowledge another trustee who is here with us this morning, Trustee Mr. Ben Wu. It's a real pleasure to introduce someone with vision, energy, conviction, and passion about the important work that all of us do here at Montgomery College to support our students. She encourages us to be bold and to think big. Please join me in welcoming the amazing president of Montgomery College, Dr. Darian Pollard.
Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Now, there are a few seats in the middle, and there's some down front. I see we have lots of folks standing. If you do want to try and take a seat, I won't be offended if you start moving now, because there are some seats if you really want to come and sit down. But good morning and welcome to the 2015-2016 academic year. I'm delighted to see you, and as someone said earlier, I think Ms. Carroll said, you all are an amazing looking audience. You look well rested for many of us, and I also think that you look deeply connected to the work that we're going to be doing this semester. Now, before I talk about this moment in time where we are at Montgomery College, I'd love for you to do something, because I always forget to do this, and I want to do it now up front. If you would join me in thanking our special events team, our MCTV, our foundation who provided our breakfast this morning, all the folks who've been a part of this program, our speakers, thank you all so much for setting such a wonderful tone for today's message. There's a lot of hard work that goes into planning and making sure this goes off right. I just want to say thank you. You all do such a wonderful job at this. I'd like to start this morning by telling you a little bit about my son, Miles, if you don't mind. He has had his own direct and independent experience and connection with Montgomery College this summer. For 1 week this summer, he began his day at a fabulous Montgomery College baseball camp, learning baseball skills and strategies from our nationally award-winning coach, Dan Rasher. I now, as someone who is not the athletic person in the family, I now understand the finer points of the crow hop method, hip rotation while hitting, fly ball catching strategies, and protective fielding. I don't even know what that means. And my son has made a commitment to attending several Montgomery College baseball games this spring so he can see what position he'll play when he comes to Montgomery College in the fall of 2025. In the afternoon, though, he was an engineering camp student provided at his elementary school. And he comes home the first day of school and he says, "Mama, I think you know who my teacher is." And I said, "Oh, well, what's your instructor's name, sweetheart?" He says, "Oh, Mama, I don't know his name." And I said, "Okay, sweet boy, you need to go do some homework and come back and tell me what the instructor's name is." So the next day he walks in the house so quickly, he says, "Mama, I know who the instructor is." I said, "Good job, baby boy. Who is it?" He says, "It's David Matheny. And you know his mother, Denise Matheny." And I said, "Yes, I do. That is so correct. One of my favorite people at Montgomery College, Denise Matheny, has been at the college for 31 years, a dedicated employee. And her son, David, is an engineering student currently here at Montgomery College. He got a job this summer with Engineering for Kids, a camp company, and through our Rockville campuses, Career Services Program. He plans to finish his AA degree this fall and transfer thereafter. So if you find that the most interesting thing, I love how the universe works. For 1 week, I had a deep connection in my family to Montgomery College. And I can tell you that both Coach Ratcher and David were fantastic instructors. Miles still talks about them. And this little piece of my summer shows how deeply connected our institution is to the community that we serve, thousands of lives each year. So while I have the stage, as any good parent would do, as I try to do each year, I thought I might show you a couple of pictures of Miles so you can see how he's growing. And you can concur with me, as we were at the Baltimore Children's Museum, that he is growing way too fast. And that's when we were on vacation and he decided to have a more pensive and quiet moment, which is very rare with him. So let me ask you a few questions about your summer, if you don't mind. And I'd love you to raise your hand. If you traveled out of the country this summer, anybody? All right. If you visited more than 3 states. If you connected with an old friend or relative that you haven't seen in a long time. Lots of that. If you took a summer class. How about if you taught a summer class? If you're not quite ready for the fall semester to begin. I think all of us would agree that we're all in that same boat together, but I will tell you right now that I'm thrilled to be with you right here in this space and place, celebrating this moment as we start yet another academic year at Montgomery College. So in spite of the oppressive, and I like to call it petulant prince called the ragweed, I am on enough, antihistamines, that we're going to hope I can get through this without losing my place or my voice in this speech. I think it's going to be a wonderful semester, and looking forward to what we're going to be doing here this year. This summer, though, I did take some time to reflect on our collective accomplishments here at Montgomery College. It's hard to imagine that Miles was only 3 years old when we started here, and now he's about to start the 3rd grade in Montgomery County. And over the past 5 years, though, as I think about our institution, we've been on a trajectory together that I think that needs to be celebrated. We've been preparing for this moment right now, this moment in the history of our institution, in the history of higher education. It's happening to higher education institutions across the country, and what I'm talking about is a transformation that is occurring in our institutions and around our institutions as well. Most importantly, many of you in this auditorium and those of you who are watching online, you would know that you have worked incredibly hard and diligently to embrace what I like to call this crucible moment for community colleges, a refocused and renewed commitment to carrying out our mission for all of our students more effectively and efficiently than ever. Because we know as an institution that the landscape has changed and we are accustomed to it, and we're driving change in a way that will create a new reality for our students. It has been changing rapidly, even in ways in which we had not even begun to anticipate. In fact, someone that we all know and love and have a great deal of respect for has taken on an opportunity here to talk about where we've been and where we're going as an institution. Would you take a look, please?
Good morning, Dr. Pollard, and thank you for hiring New Age Spirits. My consulting firm is here today to help you look into the future of Montgomery College. To look into the future, first I need to look back. I see that many things have happened in the past 5 years. Here we go. It's all becoming crystal clear. I see many important developments since 2010. A new president, new mission and vision statements. It is all about the vision, right? And I see a new participatory governance system. I see a new student services division. Nice. Students are the center of our universe. Here we go. I see a newly restructured academic affairs division. Oh, and I see a new one, college culture. That's a big one. College-wide deans, college-wide disciplines, purple everywhere, consolidated athletic teams, and a new college mascot. Ah, I see a pathway ahead, a road yet untraveled. It's filled with many strong energies. I see an academic master plan. And what's that? A new facilities master plan. Which comes first? Is it like the chicken and the egg? A new self-study to take place for middle states. Now I see it. That's going to need a lot of helping hands. The crystal is revealing some potential bumps there with 7, get that, 7 revised standards. I see the potential for increased federal and state oversight, shrinking funding, enrollment issues. Need to clear this and see into this ball a little bit. More students needing financial aid. That's all for now. The crystal has grown dark. We've used up all your minutes. In any event, Dr. Pollard, I hope this glimpse into the future has been helpful. It is now up to you and your team. You have many things to plan and prepare for, which will take the work of everyone involved to accomplish successfully. I wish you all good fortune. Bye.
Well, thank you, Dr. Ackerman. We certainly have seen a new side to Judy, and I think she's setting up for her after gig for the retirement, right? I know, and I want to thank her for participating in that, but I know that she presented a retrospective in somewhat of a humorous light, but everything that she saw in that crystal ball represents so much commitment, so much dedication, and so much grit by every member of the college community. It tells us how we have worked hard together to bring our very best to the students that we serve. Did you catch everything that she said in there? Everything from improved student services to increased scholarships, to an inclusive governance system, to a refined mission, to a college-wide academic affairs division, and everything in between. We really do have a lot to show for ourselves in the last 5 years. One of the most important things we can do for our community is to tell our own story, though, to write our own narrative before someone writes it for us, highlighting our collective journey over these years and house it, if you will, in one place. To that end, in November, we will launch a project called Milestone Moments, which highlights where the college has been over these years and where we're going. Many of the elements of progress were in Dr. Ackerman's crystal ball will be communicated in this venue. And you'll see here that we're in the process right now of documenting this and creating a forum, and we will be launching it this November as a way to document our story as a Montgomery College community. Now, I've been thinking a lot about this moment, and you can see here several different moments that is going to be highlighted within this. Oftentimes in higher education, we wait and have someone tell us our story. We wait and we have different people tell us how to interpret our story. I would offer to you that this moment right now as a college is a critical one, and it's certainly a critical one for community colleges across the country. What will we make of this moment? One of the most celebrated artists of our time, Whitney Houston, I happened to be listening to her Greatest Collections performances a few weeks ago in the car, and I heard this song, One Moment in Time. You remember that? The Olympics? It really resonated with me in this particular line that says, "Give me one moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be, when all of my dreams are a heartbeat away and the answers are all up to me." You know that this is truly a golden moment for community colleges. We are a destination of hope for every single student who walks through our doors. For our students, their dreams are just a heartbeat away. And that's why this moment right here in this space and place today is so important. This is our moment to demonstrate how excellent we can be for our students. This is our moment to forever commit ourselves to helping every single one of our students shine, each and every one of them. We have this incredible opportunity to build on our accomplishments and make systemic changes throughout our institution that will serve our students and our community better, not only today, but well into the future. I've seen us at our best. I've seen it, I've heard the stories of it, and just look at what we've done when we come together and really leverage and focus our attention on things that can be transformative. Let me give you 4 examples to make my case to you. Here's my evidence. I'm going to show my work, Dean Hammond. Take our ACES program. New data show that our ACES students are actually outperforming other students who are recent high school graduates attending Montgomery College. Their return rates and their course pass rates were higher than their counterparts. Even their GPAs are noticeably higher than non-ACES students. This is really great news and shows us that a deliberate plan with the right resources and the right people can change the historical trajectory that we have too long accepted as reality. Example 2. Our Montgomery Scholars Program yields high results as well. I met with a group of these students a few weeks ago, and I met a former student named Christian, who came to the U.S. in high school knowing no English. In his time at Montgomery College, he was a student member of the Board of Trustees and traveled abroad. Now he has degrees from Montgomery College, GW, and Harvard, and is currently working in the D.C. Deputy Mayor's office, overseeing several public health-related departments. Another, William, a dreamer, now attends Johns Hopkins Medical School, where he says they are now at Johns Hopkins just now catching up with the interdisciplinary cohort model used by our Montgomery Scholars Program here at Montgomery College. Example 3, our TRIO program, a federally funded program for first-generation attenders, is another proven example of our focus on student success. In 2015, the TRIO program exceeded the grant requirements for performance in every single category. Persistence rate, we were at almost 99%. Transfer rate, we were almost at 88%. We have exceeded the graduation rate by almost 4 percentage points. Again, with the right resources and the right people, we can change an historical trajectory. Example 4, another grant-funded program, STEM, is a fine example of the success of our focused efforts. STEM students have an average GPA of 3.75, and 85% of the participants have graduated or transferred, with 28 of them receiving associate's degrees from Montgomery College. One STEM student, Trin Yuen, was an STEM scholar who won a Jack Kent Cooke Scholarship. She was born in Vietnam, and she and her family immigrated to the United States, leaving her father behind. Since her mother knew very little English, Trin took on many roles played by her father, such as managing her family's resources, applying for social services, and helping her brother adjust to school. A bioengineering major, Trin concluded her studies at Montgomery College with a 4.0 GPA and transferred to MIT to complete her degree in biomedical engineering. The point, this intentional redesign of the college experience is having an enormous impact on student success. And this is the type of focus that we have to have right now as higher education needs it more and more. These are just mere examples of what we can do for our students when we work together, when we focus together, when we focus on students first together, when we seize the moment. But honestly, in quite a few ways, there's a significant journey for us from fostering the success of specialized groups of students to ensuring the success of every student who comes seeking a better life through higher education. Thomas Bailey, the lead author of Redesigning America's Community Colleges, a book that has dominated the discourse about community colleges of late, makes this point brilliantly and convincingly when he says that the current community college construct is perfectly designed for the outcomes that we're getting. We are perfectly designed for the outcomes that we're getting. Specifically, he says, quote, colleges designed to maximize course enrollment are not designed to maximize completion of high-quality programs of service. In particular, the emphasis on low-cost enrollment has encouraged colleges to offer disconnected courses, programs, and support services that students are expected to navigate mostly on their own. Bailey labels this the, quote, cafeteria-style self-service model. And right now, this model has not produced the outcomes needed for our county, our state, and our nation. And what are these outcomes that he laments? At Montgomery College, those outcomes are 16% of our students graduating with a certificate or an associate's degree each year, and about 25% of those students transferring to a four-year institution. And if we label those successes and we add them up, that's about 41%. Now, when was the last time that 41% was considered a beautiful thing? In fact, I'll tell you, if my little boy came home with a 41% on some exam that he has taken in his school, there's going to be a whole lot of talking that's going to have to occur in that family and with me as a parent in that school. If you want to run for office, and we notice there seems to be a plethora of people who've noticed that there's an imminent opening on Pennsylvania Avenue, and I will not get into my sidebar on this right now. You better plan on getting more than 41% of the vote in order to take that role. So I offer to you that our outcomes of 41% need to be better. 41% is not acceptable. Simply put, we can do better. We must do better because this is our moment as an institution for our students, for our county, for the workforce that we serve, and frankly, for ourselves as professionals. For me, though, from a deeply personal place, I need you to hear this from me, I believe that we have a moral obligation to be ever more intentional and deliberate in the lives of our students to illuminate the pathways they may take along the way. Pathways, as Thomas Bailey touts, that, quote, engage faculty and student services professionals in creating more clearly structured, educationally coherent program pathways that lead to students' goals and in rethinking instructional and student support services in ways that facilitate learning and success as they progress along these pathways, end quote. Community colleges blaze the trail in providing equity to access. We open the doors. Everyone has an opportunity to higher education through Montgomery College and through community colleges. Now, just as important, even more critical right now, is that we need to blaze a trail in providing equity and success. Equity and success for all of our students, regardless of their entry port, or regardless of what program they're in, regardless of their race or ethnicity, regardless of their campus or location, equity and success for every student. Now, education is the gift that can change the trajectory of not just one person, that can change a whole family. As I listened to Alejandro earlier, I almost started crying because I know for a fact that we have disrupted the trajectory of his family simply because he has a scholarship that will allow him to have his part of the American dream. Educating even just one person in a family can have a profound impact on the socioeconomic standing of an entire family. The children of first-generation college attenders have a very high probability of going to college themselves because their parents attended college. In one generation, an entire family can change. Leave the lowest rungs of the socioeconomic ladder and start climbing toward the top. There is no other socioeconomic equalizer like education. I know it, I've lived it. So that's why I'm asking you today and every day. I'm asking you to take a moment, to be in this moment and seize a sense of urgency in your work, both inside and outside of the classroom. Without a doubt, we've made amazing progress over the last 5 years. It's time to focus our energy on this moment that changes that 41% and that shows and supports students on their pathway and ensures equity and success. But the next phase of our work, and this is a critical point here, has potentially to be even more significant and transformative because the stakes are so high. For us to serve our students better and more efficiently than ever, we have to make faster decisions, eliminate redundant processes, and rid ourselves of bottlenecks that impede our collective ability to get things done. And we probably are going to have to do this with significantly fewer resources. Earlier this year, I told our Board of Trustees, the state legislature, and the county council that enhancing compensation for our faculty and staff was essential to the college's future. I'm proud that our leadership team and I were able to deliver on that commitment and make it a reality in everyone's paycheck. Are y'all happy about that? But let me be clear, let me be very clear. We need a renewed effort to deliver more significant student success outcomes. We can leverage our profound and collective sense of urgency to seize this moment and deliver on student success by being more nimble and embrace new ideas and different ways of doing things as necessary. Quite frankly, what I'm asking you is to join me in developing and harnessing a sense of urgency that we need for our future, because there's really no other way around it. There really isn't. Bluntly, it's a new day for colleges and universities. The stakes have been raised, and accreditors, funders, and taxpayers are expecting so much more from us, all of us in this wonderful profession that we call higher education. And here's the truth, we have to deliver. Plain and simple, we have to deliver. We don't have options and we don't have more time. There is simply just too much at stake if we don't act decisively, quickly, and deliberately, both in the near and long term. And if you think I'm being dramatic, I invite you to take a look at this.
Today, higher education institutions are facing many troubling challenges.
The value of a college education has been called into question by many of our nation's public figures.
Researchers in higher education are working hard to prove the value equation regarding the college degree.
As enrollment continues to shrink at a local university, public officials in the state are beginning to question what is going wrong in higher education.
Today, officials at a local Virginia college are saying they are running out of money to keep the institution afloat.
Accreditation problems are plaguing many of the nation's colleges and universities, particularly in the state of California.
Enrollment challenges are forcing many of the nation's time-honored institutions to consider closing their doors.
The lack of students enrolling at state institutions is having a dramatic effect on the financial future of small colleges throughout the nation.
The cost of higher education is a major problem, and many public leaders are saying that the system is broken.
Students are not the only ones piling on debt for their education, as many of the nation's colleges and universities are facing debt problems of their own.
An American college education is among the least affordable in the world, with the average cost of education at a college or university being over $31,000 per year.
Long-term debt at not-for-profit universities in America has been growing at a rate of over 12% per year.
State spending for public colleges has dropped sharply this year. Meanwhile, tuition rates are skyrocketing and climbing higher and higher for students and their families.
Leaders at all levels of government are looking at ways to hold the nation's higher education institutions more accountable and, as a result, are demanding more data from them that proves success.
Accountability pressure from Congress and the Department of Education is causing higher education institutions to rapidly look for ways to better assess the work that they do.
The Department of Education has been increasing its oversight of many colleges and universities and is continuing to ask for more data that proves their effectiveness.
Federal scrutiny of higher education in the nation continues to grow, and closer oversight is increasing daily.
These are troubling times for American institutions of higher education, as they are finding themselves more and more under the microscope regarding accreditation, spending practices, and operations as a whole.
By and large, higher education is changing, and it is in trouble.
That's a pretty sobering video, is it not? Now, after seeing that, I hope that you can see that we've been actively engaged in intentional design here and design thinking at Montgomery College. This is really serious. This moment in time is a profound one for higher education. It's the business that our Board of Trustees has prioritized, business that the members of our state legislature and county council, those folks who give us our money, they have all prioritized. This is real. This moment is a real moment. And both the county and state have upped their game in terms of accountability. Decision makers want us to lead and make decisions by using our data. They want certainty that their investment in tax dollars will yield a dividend that will drive the social and economic progress of Montgomery County and the state of Maryland. I anticipate over the next several years that Maryland's state support of community colleges will likely remain flat given the economy. And obtaining significant new resources from the county will indeed be a challenge. Local taxpayers already provide more than their fair share of the college's operating budget. Nearly 50% of our budget comes from the county. So this is the moment for all of higher education. In fact, it is a crucible moment. Everything around us is changing from what we thought we knew before. Even something seemingly routine as our Middle States Higher Education Commission's accrediting process is changing, as you heard earlier. When we begin this accrediting process in 2018, we will be among the first community colleges in the region going through this new and more rigorous process that will include a much greater focus on data, results, compliance, and student success. Our accreditors are directly asking us how our budget is tied to planning priorities. How do we measure effectiveness of teaching? How rigorously are we assessing and measuring ourselves as an institution? How are we tracking and measuring student success? The external reviews are becoming more rigorous and more serious, and the internal reviews are rigorous and serious too. Just like each of you, I have an annual performance review by the Board of Trustees. They hold me accountable for important college goals each year. My next review is going to include our new student success policy. I call this new, although you will recognize certain portions of it have been a part of our culture for a long time. What is new is that student success is now memorialized in a policy for the institution, a policy adopted by the board in its last fiscal year. For a college, policy is like, quote, the law of the land. When it's a policy, we have to walk the talk. The student success policy frames and shapes the work ahead and will be instrumental in deepening our culture of accountability and action. Very clearly it states, student success is a primary goal of Montgomery College. It goes on to say that all stakeholders in the educational enterprise, that includes me, and it includes you as well, and it includes our students, will contribute to strategies that enhance student learning outcomes with particular attention to student success rates of students who begin their studies in developmental courses, students who transfer in particular fields of study, students whose goals to increase school skills by earning a certificate or associate's degree. And as the policy states, we're going to do that through several different strategies: assessing students' academic skills and placing students in appropriate courses, counseling and advising students to establish focused and realistic educational, career, and professional goals, assessing ongoing development, clarification, and refinement of student goals throughout the educational experience, teaching students with challenging but nurturing and encouraging instructional methodologies, and fifth, providing effective and appropriate learning support programs and services. And why do we do this work? Why do we care about student success? It's our business to care. It's what we do. It's why we're here. Our students are depending on us to care. At Montgomery College, this is our moment to make sure that they know that. Whether Black, white, Hispanic, Latino, Asian, multiracial, and everything in between, whether male or female, whether young or old, whether gay or straight, whether rich or poor, whether college ready or not, this is their moment, right? When they arrive at our front door, they have looked their future in the eye and they've said, yes, I want a better life. Yes, I want to help my family be better. Yes, I want to help my neighborhood be better. Yes, I want to help my world and my community be better. So yes, my friends, we care. We care at Montgomery College, and we do that exceptionally well. We care that 41% is not enough. We care because 11 minus 41 leaves 59. So this year, in this moment, we're focused on that 59 in addition to the 41. I want to see the pendulum swing the other way. Last spring, I introduced the Student Success Scorecard. This is our public way that we will hold ourselves accountable, and on the scorecard are numbers of how our students are doing. And those numbers are disaggregated into many dimensions. Why? Simply put, so that we pay attention to it. So we can know where our weak spots are, so that we can be innovative and creative and figure out new ways to solve old challenges. Look at the scorecard today if you haven't already done that. You can go to my homepage on the college's website, www.montgomerycollege.edu/president. Very easily find. And you'll find things like how many students are passing their courses, how many students return to college after one semester, How many students successfully complete developmental education? How many students reach certain credit milestones? How many of our students are graduating? Find that data and then do something about it. Look in your programs, look in your courses, look in your divisions and your areas, and figure out how you can make that data real and relevant to you. We're already making significant changes to address these differences. Last spring, we heard more about Starfish. This amazing program is changing the way that we advise, counsel, and mentor our students. And when we have it fully on board, I think it will create a different college dialogue about student success. We're looking at our work through the lens of accounting practices expected by our accreditor to measure the cost of instruction and support. They've asked us to do that, and we're accountable to do that. Our emphasis on the common student experience is providing our student with a true one college experience. And our efforts to develop the tools we need to fulfill our commitment to the Maryland law, such as the CCR, CCA, is important for us, and we're having important conversations about that work. And we're doing this as an institution, and we're owning these processes rather than waiting for someone else to tell us what to do. That is what accountability means. We have made a conscious, eyes wide open decision to get in front of rather than simply be flattened by what's coming behind us. Waiting would certainly be easier. It'd be a whole lot more comfortable as an institution. Action is harder by far, but action is necessary and critical. And right here and right now in this moment is our opportunity to do this as an institution. I have confidence. I have confidence that our institution will rise up to this occasion, because the greatest strength of this institution is our people, each and every one of you here. Those of you who are watching online, those of you who couldn't even be here today, we are in the human services business. We don't manufacture widgets or make light bulbs. We empower people to change their lives. We enrich the life of the community, and we are accountable for our results. I spent quite a bit of time reflecting what I'd really like you to take away from these comments I've offered this morning. In doing so, a quote from Cory Booker, a senator from the state of New Jersey, resonated with me deeply as I thought about this work in which we're engaged this academic year. And I'll share it with you on the other side. I'll hopefully make the connection that I think is most important about all this stuff I've been talking about. Before you speak to me about religion, first show it to me in how you treat other people. Before you tell me about how much you love God, show me how much you love His children. Before you preach to me about your passion for faith, teach me about it through your compassion for your neighbor. In the end, I'm not interested in what you have to tell or see as I am in how you choose to live and give. In this moment, community colleges, Montgomery College, will be measured not by what we say we're doing for our students and our community and what we say we're doing for student success. Rather, in this moment, we will need and should be measured in what we do for our students in the community in this very crucible moment. So to the faculty, what I'm saying really isn't new to you, but I thought I'd say it because I think it's important that you hear it from me. Help our students find their pathways, real pathways to their future. For some of them, you are their only hope in doing that. Be an ever-present and intentional force in the lives of our students. I need you to care and pay attention, perhaps with the most greatest intensity that you've ever thought possible. Reach out to those students you know that are struggling in your class. Maybe you notice that in this moment they're struggling with life. Reach out to them repeatedly and intentionally. I use the phrase get in their face. I know some of y'all don't like that, but that's what happens. Get in their face. Make them uncomfortable with mediocrity, right? Do all you can. Do all you can to engage them. You will never know how much influence you have on them and their minds and how you interact with them. Do everything you can to help a student get here, get to graduation, and earn their credential. To our administrators and staff, here's what I need from you. Deliver the support for those who are in the classroom. And I mean deliver it for both faculty and students. Be open to new ideas that help simplify or streamline our internal processes and procedures. Collect and examine data available to you and use it to make the best decisions you can to help students help our students and help to support our faculty in their work. Make informed decisions more quickly and see what those fruit of those decisions can be. I have said this before and I'll say it again. I don't mind mistakes. We're human. We make mistakes. What I mind is standing still. What I mind is the fact of people who don't take the first step. I detest fear over action, and I'm allergic to caution without reason. I reject, because we've always done it that way, as a reason to oppose new ideas. But with that, here's what I need from all of us, faculty, staff, administrators, students alike. Take care to be civil and kind and collaborative with your colleagues. Take care of their spirits. Always act with respect towards each other. We're an academic institution. We are meant to disagree on things. That's what life is about. We're about higher ideas and goals. But we have to figure out how to do that in a way where we can look at new ideas and different experiences and not doubt the fact that they don't have validity within the conversation. And each and every day, we have to recommit to your love and dedication to the mission of this great institution. We choose to be here for a reason. Let's not forget that while we're trying to figure out how to get the work done. You see, what I really want you to take away from these comments today is that each and every one is an integral part of the whole, not simply separate entities. Each of us creates our collective culture that we take such great pride in and talk about so much, maybe obsess about sometimes. I assure you, this culture that we call Montgomery College is not bigger than us, and it's not a mysterious creature lurking under our bed, waiting to scare us. We are the culture of this institution, all of us acting together. And I need you to consider how you might leverage the influence you have on others to advance the institution in order to welcome the transformation that is knocking on our door, in some cases, ready to kick the door down. We don't have a choice not to answer the door. Montgomery College, this is our moment. How will we embrace this moment? Will we run quivering into the night because we got a little uncomfortable? Or we will rise and serve the 60,000 students that we serve each and every year and do it exceptionally well. This is our moment as an institution. It is a moment in time that has significant impact on the reality that we live. It's a moment when all of our dreams are just a heartbeat away. The answers, they're all up to us. Always have been and always will be. So let's do this. Thank you all so much and have a wonderful year. Thank you.